No problem at
Don't
all,
you
Dick
any?
Shake. It is my pleasure to get this experience calling this fine game.
Larry is the backbone of the Zelda 2 restream.
DRTG, I believe it's called.
Oh,
Dude,
jeez.
restream this game.
Thanks, Dig Shake. I appreciate it.
He does stuff. He sets me up.
Yeah, yeah. I try to talk.
He makes lovely emotes.
I restreamed somebody who was racing earlier. The guy who won. I think he was cheating. I don't know.
Well, his stream did go down for a little while.
Yeah, I
Glorious
saw that.
3 FPS.
I saw that. Oh, see, if you use that emote, it clears the table. It's just like everything's fine now.
It's
That's
cool.
all you need to do.
It's like the I'm sorry.
Yeah,
As
like
long as you say you're sorry, it's good.
just got to use my emote. That's all there is.
It's one of many, by the way. You can do raft. That's spelt correctly, all in capitals. WR, 6 A's, FT.
Yeah, I need to get these all in my chat memory here
You
so
have
that I'll be
four of
able
them,
to.
and they're all yours, and
Oh,
you don't remember them?
jeez.
Oh my, come on! You can't
It
even do that
happens.
right. Uh, all right. So to bring people up to speed here, let me just go into the bracket, as everything on my end is taking 50 years to load.
Bonus bracket is looking really competitive.
So how did both these players get into the bonus bracket? Well, first of all, if Pierpont-Lempkin suffered a loss at the hands of Vanki in his first match, that brought him down to the bonus bracket. Pierpont-Lempkin then went on to beat Ravhal 88. That was a forfeit. I don't think Rav. I think he had a controller issue and was able to participate in the tournament. Then he went on to beat Burb and then Shiner CCC in his last match, while Culain got bounced to the bonus bracket in his match against. Well, first he beat Buffalax, and then he lost to Jackamus. That brought him back to the bonus bracket where he beat Angry Larry and then John Bloody
Oh,
Thumbs to bring him to this match. That was a rough loss. That was the Magic Key loss. I still don't talk about it.
yeah, that's what's interesting about these tournaments. The matches are so magnified in our own minds, I believe, that like after my Unos one, I don't skip any keys anymore. You know?
You get hammered by mistakes, and then you start doing things a little bit differently your next time.
Yeah, but that's it. Again, you think it's the right thing to do in your mind, but it was only for that specific seed. So doing things the same way in a separate seed might be perfectly fine, but again, I don't know. There's a lot of mind games. It's all about adjustments in Zelda 2 Randomizer.
Well, how good is the meta of doing things all in a row? Checking all the item caves, checking Palace One's cave, stuff like that. If the glove's going to be in 5 and the boots are going to be in New Kasuto, you just everyone's going to arrive at the same place if everyone does everything in order. It's the chances you take and the situations you put yourself in to take those chances or opportunities. The fork, you go left or you go right, and then just you arrive on the items you need faster, and then therefore you have a better chance of completing the game and winning. I guess that's what it's all about, right, Buzz?
I
I
believe so. Yeah.
I wouldn't
I
know.
mean, you can take risks. You can get rewarded. Well, um, I just say you have a strategy. You stick to it. You change it if you have to. But being able to do your own path as fast and as efficient as possible is more important than going left in the Great Palace.
Yeah, absolutely, and you gotta not make the mistakes too. The looking for the glove in Palace 3 when it will not exist, stuff like that. So, uh, you know,
Yeah, weighing your options.
avoid
Oh,
that.
do I go into Death Mountain? Do I go into
Yeah,
Palace 5?
and we're off. as both players try to escape Northern Palace. And they do a very good job of that. They're going to wake up to find a grass spot there, Buzz.
Oh wow, nice. Oh, that's very nice there. Candle bag.
Early candle bag means they're going to get attack 1, which costs 220. Attack 2 is going to cost 480. They're not going to be able to get to that, but they can go 222. Both players are going to go to 222.
Yeah.
223. So you start this game at 223 instead of 111.
Wow. Not bad.
Not bad.
I would have kept that in my pocket to get to attack 3.
I might not have. I might have just taken it as well, because I know I'm going to be like an up A away at any time right now as Buzz cracks open the can of hams. It's whole can.
Not hams tonight, no.
Oh. Buzz, why don't you go over what we're expecting here in Eastern Continent?
Sure thing. In our Eastern Continent, initially we're going to be looking for the 5 items that are readily available in the overworld, one of which we just saw was on the grass spot. The other 4 are going to be hidden within caves. There's also going to be 2 caves that are an entrance to Death Mountain. Death Mountain will contain 2 items of its own. We do have 5 town tiles, which contain 4 towns, each holding 4 different spells, and 3 palaces, each having an item and a gem to be placed to win. And the very necessary raft spot is available as well. That will be on the eastern coast, usually.
We do find one of those item caves here on Pierpont's side. It's the Heart Container Cave, where he'll get the trophy. Trophy is used to get the spell in the town of Rudo. As Culain is going to explore Death Mountain here, we found one of the 2 entrances. We also found the front entrance of Jump Cave. Jump Cave is one of 5 areas that can bring you out to the other side of the continent, possibly. An area that you may not exactly be able to reach by foot this early in the game. Here is Saria on Culain's screen. They are Jump Cave, Fairy Cave, Parappa the Rapper Cave. Death Mountain can come out on another side. That's very unique. I haven't seen that be done yet. And the town of Saria. If you find Bagu's note, or if you have the ferry, you can cross through the town and wind up on the other side. I'm going to get our first spell here, Buzz.
Fairy is the most useful first spell, but it's a 1 in 8 chance.
It's jump.
Spell's fine.
Yep. Jump spell is perfectly fine. It means you can get down stab. It means you can also get to the item in Palace 2 without resorting to frame perfect jumps and luck.
Yeah, today was actually the first time I had to get past that. I was able to pick up the key and go over it without, with one jump cast. I've never done that before.
We found Palace 2 as well. And we did find another palace, unless that was Palace 2 and Pierpont went around that mountain and decided to up A right there. Well, there's a town to the left that nobody found until just now. Instantly, it's Rudo. He has the trophy, so he'll go place it. I should mark that.
And meanwhile, we have Culain in Raru, which is the coastal town of Raru in this case, which is right by your raft tile.
And we got life. And shield for PierpontLempkin.
So good survivability spells right off. Actually, yeah. First 3 spells we find are the first 3 vanilla spells you find too.
Yeah, just I don't think any of them in the right order.
No.
So different strategy here from what we've seen Dig Shake do. You check all the encounters, all the grass spots, all the forest spots, stuff like that. Culain does duck into a forest spot, maybe looking for Bagu's note now that he's seen Saria. Maybe looking for P-bags. Pierpont has opted to just bypass them, save some time by not checking them. There is P-bag cave, so if we find any cave that's blocked by a boulder, and 0 to 2 boulders could be blocking. That was reflect, by the way, not shield.
Well, my mistake.
0 to 2 boulders could be blocking a cave every seed. Since we found P-Bag Cave, the only other boulder caves they can block are item caves, because pass-through caves could never be blocked. That should be Palace 3. Yep. There's a nut knuckle. We're not going to do some science here to see how much it's worth. Pierpont's just going to note it is Palace 3, and he's going to move on. There is...
I don't know how you leave that juicy red iron knuckle just sitting there.
Yeah, 200 right there. Could be. Could be a quick attack 3 as well. We're gonna go through Jump Cave here. We do have the jump spell. That should be Palace 1.
Yeah, that's Palace 1.
Palace 1 for Pierpont, so...
Yeah, with those quick early levels, you might as well just dive into it.
It is a possibility on Culain's side that he misidentified this cave, because he goes one more screen and then opts to come right back out.
So he thought there was an item in there.
Yeah.
He probably thought it was Hard Container Cave.
He does have jump. It would have been interesting to see where that does come out. We have not seen that back side of it yet. But we have not fully explored this side either.
Yeah, I don't like going path through caves earlier because it's very easy to get disoriented.
Coming from a guy who takes every staircase in level 9 in Zelda 1 Randomizer.
Well, that's different. You can map that out. You can't. Mapping out the overworld slightly different.
Alright, that's fair enough. Did have to give it to you a little bit on that one. Yeah, Horsehead.
That's the strategy. Got to take staircases.
Never take staircases.
Don't take caves. Always take staircases.
What happened here on Culain's side? That doesn't look good. Okay, we came back. Horsehead down. He gives 70. So what's Pierpont going to do? He might jump over. He's known for jumping over gems, I believe. And he just jumps over that one. He is, last couple of races, he has kept things in his back pocket. There's Mido. Let's call the whole thing off.
It is Mido.
He queued up jump. We're going to get the down stabs. As Pierpont then drops a few frames. Was that Mido as well? Yes, I believe it was. He does not have jump yet. Desert encounters don't look too brutal today. Unless this is the quote-unquote harder of the two.
No, just a bunch of moblins throwing their spears at you.
No Eiffel Tower possibility with Dairas.
Yeah, that's rough. When you get 2 red Dairas, yeah. That's hard to escape.
And throw a Gorilla in there for a good lag measure with bubbles and birds. It's a good time.
Yeah, headache most of the time. Unless you have a castable Thunder spell, then it's a great place to farm.
Or downstab, or the ability to up A.
Yeah.
Sometimes I prefer swamp, and then I get swamp and I have to walk through it, and then other times I prefer it was desert.
Hey, it's all relative.
Culain's going to find Palace 1 here now. And he, at 223, he will dive in as well.
I'll see if he's going to go fishing for the item or take the same path. Yeah, he's looking for the item.
Yeah. Pierpont is still holding on to that gem in his back pocket.
Yeah, not a bad strategy finding it so early. That way you know at any point, really, once you get over a threshold or you need a little bit of a boost, you can just go back there and cash it in.
Gotta make sure you don't have your life or magic levels too high, because you can spend a lot of time on after an up A when you dive back into Palace 1 to get your level to that point as well. So it could backfire a little bit depending on what levels you take early on.
Yeah, the strategy is to keep your levels low, usually in the beginning. Magic 3, life maybe 4, but you like to keep magic at 3 and life at 3. That way you never really have any trouble getting over that threshold to cash in a gem and get the maximum experience out of it.
And let's not forget that the whole thing, and we do have the horsehead fight here, the whole point about keeping the gem is now you have to double back. So you're spending time to do that You don't want to really have it backfire on you by needing to double back and then needing to grind extra just to utilize that gem the way you wanted to in the first place. It can go both ways. Horsehead down for Culain. Let's see what he does here.
200 for that red Dyra and that.
It's not bad at all.
Encounter. So that alone makes keeping that gem in your back pocket. That's an easy place to take a couple of encounters and then get you over the threshold and cash in that gem.
Culain is going to place the gem in one with no item. We have not seen the item. What does he decide to do? Maybe an up A, dive right back in?
That's what I would do.
Possibility it was key blocked between scanning my eyes back and forth between the two runners. He's opting not to jump back in, the same way Pierpont didn't jump back in. So maybe they hit a dead end to the left and never got a key. Something Dig said, as we have... He's jumping into 3 here now, Culain. Something Dig has said that sits in my mind is don't be afraid to use the key you get for the boss to open up the other area of the palace to get to the item. And that was...
Yeah, because you have a high chance that you're going to run into... You're going to come out with that with more keys than what you spent.
And I believe in level 1, they did not see the collapsible bridge room or the key up high room after like the 2-block jump steps.
Yeah, it just seems like they took a left turn, and that might have been key blocked right there, forcing them to go down and into Horsehead.
It could have been. And then didn't take Horsehead's key as we place the gem now for Pierpont.
And then he, using that red Dyra, getting over the threshold and getting attack 4.
Culain up in A's out of 3, and he finds Rudo. He does not have the trophy. I don't believe. I don't have it marked. I have him as only finding the grass tile. We're in 3 here. Pierpont's also going to jump into 3. And it's interesting after watching a race where both runners avoided 3 at all costs until they had the glove in their hand. Both runners here have taken the chance to jump into 3 before they even jumped into 2.
Yeah, it's pretty risky, but sometimes it works out. I'm at the same strategy of avoiding 3. Well, there's another key block.
Yeah, we're going to up A. Same key block that Culain ran into and left.
Wow, so we are key blocked in Dungeon 1 and Dungeon 3.
Reminds me of the Master Seed last night. A bunch of us played where you key blocked in pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It was brutal. So what are we looking for here? I would like to see somebody run through the other side of Jump Cave. We know where all the palaces are. We know where all the towns are, but we haven't found Trophy Cave, Magic Container Cave, or Medicine Cave. And you could take Jump Cave over to the other side and just wake up on this island area of all these caves. It's a possibility. It's also a possibility that they exist over the river. Have we gone down over that bridge? I feel like I've seen a bridge encounter, but I haven't seen much exploration.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, there's a
Heart Container
the
Cave.
trophy for Culain.
And there is Jump for Pierpont. So, trophy for P2.
So, scores just kind of staying pretty even right here early.
And much like the Dig Shake race, well, unlike the Dig Shake race, these 2 runners were able to capitalize on an early gem and an early candle bag. So their levels are pretty good for where they are right now. But in the same manner, they are at a loss right now for item caves.
Yeah, I think that Jump Cave, as you mentioned, is the solution to find a couple more items.
It's the only thing I've seen that could come out the other side. We've seen both areas of Death Mountain, I believe. One had a few caves in it, one had just one other one. We have not seen the back area of Saria, but we haven't seen a way to go through it yet. Jump Cave is the only thing I've seen.
Yeah, Bagu might be available, but nobody's found them, and we don't have a ferry.
Culain has jumped into forest tiles, though. So maybe not all of them, but in some of them. And Culain's going to go back to Rudo here, cash in the trophy, and get the Reflect spell. Fill up on magic, so I guess he's not going to up A right after this. So now we see the runners are kind of, or at least doubling back and forth, doing a little shuffle here. What do I do? Where do I go? I won't say it, Buzz, but where do I go now?
Where do we go now?
Sweet child. And there is Mito again. He has jump, so he's going to get down stab now. So now we're both at a point in time where I feel like they've seen everything they can see here. They have to jump into Jump Cave. No pun intended there, I guess.
It doesn't really look like you have that river separating things, but there's a rock there that you can get around, and I think it's easy to get around the river. So I'm not sure if we just haven't seen a certain section or something.
Culain's going to jump into 2. It's the first time we'll see anybody go down the elevator here. Break out your toll cans, everybody.
I just have a short one right now.
Culain's making rights. He's going to go helmet head hunting, I guess. Maybe feels both of those lefts are going to lead him to a key, a door. So we'll go right. Instead, he'll get a key in this room. So that was the front end, the back end of, the front end of Parappa Cave. So if anybody wants to check and turn their signals to the right, they can go through there, possibly get out to the other side. Key door. We have one key.
Yeah, it's definitely a way to go, but I still don't think that we're completely blocked off.
He saved the key. He saved the key in up aid. Go to left. We'll grab a key here for Pierpont. Gonna go back across this bridge encounter.
I like the. We still have people who are pro Sweden, regardless of whether the runners are Swedish.
Yeah, they're the dude at the wrestling event when it's like Bret the Hitman Hart versus Dino Bravo that chant USA. It's like it's like Bret Hart versus Yokozuna. They'll chant USA, and Bret Hart's Canadian.
There's nothing wrong with patriotism.
But that dude's probably had a lot of toll cans at the bowling alley.
Skipping all these guys, that just seems
that
like
is yeah, there he goes.
Experience.
Synchronized nut knuckling there. That was worth 320 XP, I believe, total. Culain's going to take that key he saved in 3, and he's going to go over to, and this is what I do when I said it before in the other race. I grab that key, I death abuse there. And I'll go back, and now I'll jump. He saved that key, so he's going to go item hunting here.
You should try it out, using the jump spell, grabbing the key and jumping back up there. It's not really that tricky. You just have to keep one of those mid-tier breakaways alive, and then you can just jump right back up after you grab the key.
There's the item. The item in 2, though. We'll get a first look at this. Magic container, folks. Up A, mark it, and leave. No, not leave. We'll go back in. We'll go the other way. We'll look for helmet head. Still no glove. Let's remember that.
My Culain finally found his way into the item room, but short on keys again.
And he now has another key door there.
Yeah.
The gum A protecting the door. No sense in killing him. It doesn't really do anything for him experience-wise. So this is the room that Culain got the key in, the one that Pierpont's in now. And then Culain was met with a decision really quick to use that key or not.
Yeah, now he's gonna find the bridge key and be able to go back and get that item.
Pierpont goes down.
Maybe even another extra key here. Oh, there is an extra key.
Yep. Might as well take it.
Shuffle and decides to go and grab it.
Yeah, because keys are and can be and have been an issue.
Tell me about it.
Listen, you don't have to tell me either. Early magic key or not having keys at the end of the race, it cost us both. Oh, gotta go back and get that P bag every time it drops.
Nice over the threshold, and he finds Helmet Head. Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice with experience there. Fortunate.
Attack force shouldn't be a problem. Gets on the other side of him, stabs him a couple times, has life, refills his health, and gets the job done. No glove required in 2. He's not going to be jumping over this gem. He'll take it.
Yep, takes out, I don't know, Leonardo DiCaprio. Has anybody done that one? Man Without a Face?
No, no.
That's an obscure one.
Whoosh.
Whoosh. It's better than, what are the other ones?
Speaking of whoosh, we'll find the item in Palace 1. And that segue only works if we find the boots, and I can do a Nike thing, but... Take the death in there. We got 2 more lives. No big deal. There's PTR cave again. We're not going through any caves. We're convinced, I guess, that we're in all the areas here. And we just haven't been in all the things. Still have yet to find Magic Container Cave, Trophy Cave, or Medicine Cave.
Yeah, there's got to be some elusive and fruitful section of the Western continent that we haven't seen yet.
Really want to see this item in 1. Heart container.
I really like that encounter on the path there, just because there's only one possible tile that it could give it to you, and it does.
This is that room where I like to have those boulders follow me, so it despawns everything in front of me. And just
I didn't know about that strategy till you mentioned it earlier. That seems like a really good idea.
Yeah, it may not despawn everything, but there's the other side. That could be the other side of Fairy Cave or PTR Cave. We won't know unless they go in a little bit deeper to see how many enemies there are. But we have not seen the other side of Jump Cave or 3 item cave. So I would definitely, at this point, I would definitely jump into Jump Cave. So what's Culain doing here? He's going to go back into 3. It looks like he's going to level up a little bit. He cast Shield. Where did he cast? Does he? He cast Life, I guess. He was looking for a jar to fill up.
See, Pierpont got his extra keys out of Palace 2, so he's going to go find the heart container in Palace 1.
He doesn't have Shield, but the whole random color palette after he did the spell confused me there for a second. Going 3, gonna try to look for this item, I guess. Item and the boss are both to the right. There's a door. So Pierpont doesn't have a key for that item. He's now got to go search for one. Culain takes a death there.
Yeah, Pierpont needs to go left there, then he'll find 2 keys. He's probably just going to turn around once he gets the bridge. Well, you never know. He'll probably do the same thing that Culain did.
I mean, you have a left end dead end room, and you've already seen the item. So if you can go left here, and you found that all other rooms, chances are this path is leading you to the second key. Is going to be with my point, the gist of my argument right now. And he'll go get it.
He'll do the same.
Yep, Pogo over that guy. Get the key. I'll dispatch the Gourmet. take the death, start back quicker at the end of the room.
Yeah, it does have to be that. I didn't realize there was only 2 left dead ends.
The key and the candle, yeah. But there were many rooms that go through, so it didn't have to necessarily lead there. It could have been a elevator down as well, or an elevator up. I just don't have those mapped out. Go back to the item room. Now, unfortunately, he is going to find a heart container here. Fortunately, it will help him. As I mentioned in the last race before, there's going to be a time where he needs that 5th heart container to stay alive. But certainly disappointment when you find it.
Yeah, heart containers are never terribly exciting unless you're, I don't know, sometimes it happens that you're looking for them. But when you're looking for the glove, usually you don't want to see any sort of magic or heart container.
Pierpont here, both these players are on the same mentality. He's diving back into 3 now again, too. He has a key to open a door.
Yeah, we finally found one of our elusive caves.
Yes, that is Medicine Cave. Where was it?
Not sure. That's actually a magic container cave.
I'm sorry, I say med. I always say medicine when it's that.
It's actually the water of life.
Well, I should just call it the Water of Life Cave so I wouldn't have 2 M's marked on my book. And here is the Water of Life Cave, by the way.
That's what I was just thinking. So yeah, apparently that's what I was thinking. There was some section where all these things were hiding, and he found it.
How did he get there? Just walking? It was just an area they haven't gotten to yet? I didn't see it because I was watching Palace Straight.
I'm the same. I was watching the dungeon crawling. Palace crawling, I mean.
A Rebo fight. When you get the item here, it's probably the raft. No, it's a jar. Jeez.
Wow. Lots of containers early here.
This is you know, we're only 27 minutes in, but things are stacking up to, as Ness_Martin likes to say, get a little trolly. We have not found the kid, Water of Life. We have not found the glove. We have not found the raft. We don't know if the glove or the boots exist on this side of the continent in Death Mountain. So, it can get interesting, folks. And Pierpont's done with 3. It's 3 gems now. 3 gloveless gems. Raftless gems. Now,
that's really good. Under a half hour, having 3 gems is a very good pace.
Raft can be in 3 if the hammer is available on the Western Continent.
I have a feeling it's in the trophy cave. There we go.
We do find the trophy cave.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Jeez. So if these players want the raft, it's in Death Mountain, or it's possibly in Palace 3, but then the glove is in Death Mountain. Did I say hammer before? It's if the raft is in 3, the glove has to be on the Western Continent. So it's a magic container. I don't have to do that.
Yeah, we'll see if they enter Death Mountains. If they do, it'll probably be 6 or less times.
Alright, what are we going to do here? Choices. We're going to fully look through 3 here. So I have to ask Dig Shake on this, and if anybody is in chat, let me know if I'm saying this right, because of the whole, like, you're required to have certain items by certain points in time. If the raft is in 3, then you must find the gloves first.
No, that's correct. I remember this dispute from an earlier race, and
or is it just optional that you may need to find the gloves first? That's the only discrepancy I don't know.
The way that I remember him saying it, the code is written so that if you can potentially, you know, if it's anywhere in the dungeon, it's not including whether or not the item is glove blocked or not.
Okay.
So it's basically giving you the benefit of the doubt that you're gonna have that glove just because the item is in a place where there is a potential glove block.
We're going through PTR Cave here, but we know where this comes out. But it's a shorter jump to this area, it looks like. Buzz, do you want to show them how it's done? The raft emote?
I can do that.
Thank you. Alright, well, we found a magic container cave for Pierpont. Oh no, we did not. This is no, that's
Yeah, that's Heart Container. He's already been in there.
Heart Container Cave, sorry. Wow, I am...
Yeah, he needs to go southwest. And then he'll get 3 items.
Yeah.
None of them what he's looking for, but 3 items nonetheless.
Culain's in Death Mountain. He's found all the item caves, the grass spot, and now he's found the hammer cave, so let's find out what we got here. Now, of the 2 items, one of them's guaranteed to be either the Water of Life or the Kid. The other one could be anything. It could even be the cross. Chances are it's the raft, but if it's not, well, it's got to be either the raft or the hammer. So one is Water of Life. Yeah, one's Water of Life Kid. The other one is either the raft or the hammer, and then that puts the raft in 3. So there's only 2 options.
Glove or the hammer.
I'm sorry, glove or the raft, not glove or the hammer. Glove or the raft. Because if it's the hammer, then that means that puts the raft into Palace 3, and that can't happen because you need the glove. But we're gonna find out. Oh wait, hold on a second. Yeah, now the hammer has to be involved. So this is either the raft or the glove, or the
Yes, raft or the glove.
Raft or the glove. Because then that pushes the Kid, the medicine, Water of Life, into the Spectacle Rock. And it's the raft. Yeah.
That's what I was hoping for. I just like things to be as buried as possible. At least I'm in that mood right now. So for that to find the raft there, we still searching for the glove. Which could be in 3.
And that's the tricky part of randomizers that I try to tell people who play it for the first time, is there's logic and methodology to the seeds and how they're created and needing things before other things and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's randomizer. Things are random, but that what you need to learn is what is possible to be random, because that's really what you learn. You know,
early on when we played,
we had no idea.
Right.
We were just, what are we doing? You know, and but like once we realized, okay, there's 5 items in the overworld, like stuff like that is just like terribly helpful. But then you get to the point knowing where, oh yeah, the glove can't be in 3, can't be in 6, so stuff like that. Here's your jump cave.
And there is my jump cave. Let's see where it comes out to. But we've seen everything anyway, so.
Isn't that called the crisscross cave?
No, nobody calls it that.
Okay, I didn't think so.
No. So it was right there on the other side of the bridge encounter. So that was kind of unspectacular, but. If I'm Culain here, I'm making my way to the Eastern Continent, and it looks like he's doing just that. Buzz, do you want to bring us up to date on what we should expect on the Eastern Continent?
Yeah, sure thing. In your Eastern Continent, you're going to have 2 items that are available in the overworld. One's on a water tile. You do need a boot to get into the water tile, and the other one is going to be in one of the 5 desert tiles. There's going to be an entrance to Maze Island, which is going to hold 2 fall spots with 2 items. Also, Palace 4 is going to be on Maze Island. And in the rest of the overworld, we have entrances to Palaces 5, 6, and 7, as well as the 4 towns, which each have a spell. And Hidden Kasuto, other than the spell, will have an item, or 2 items. One a magic container requirement, and the other one you need to cast spell to get it.
One other benefit of the Eastern Continent is their plethora of 500-point P-bags. Culain found one, but it was only worth 200 points, but there are a bunch of 500-pointers over here as well. If you can find them in succession and in between up A's, they can really help you out, boosting an attack level if you get over here early enough. to 2 to 3 to 4, stuff like that, or to supplement magic levels or life levels you have not taken yet. They could be really beneficial. We found the water tile. We just need the boots, and we found Darunia. We just need the kid.
Yeah, no, I can't really do anything. Well, no, he could have gotten up. Could have gotten up stab.
Yes. He has jump. We're in Death Mountain on Pierpont's side, so he's going to be looking for the Hammer Cave. We have a palace. The palace is 6. Up A, get back your lives, your health, and all that, at the expense of your XP.
Palace 6 in the northeastern graveyard.
That desert tile wasn't an item, right? I didn't see that.
It was not. It was a red jar.
Okay. All right, we're in another area here. We'll move around. Why is the raft emote not the Zelda 2 raft, by the way?
Because the expression, the term was coined in Zelda 1 Randomizer. So.
Because it made me want to throw up every time I saw it, so I said it like I was throwing up, and then it caught on for some reason.
Also, the well, yeah, I mean, things get perpetuated by people who, people like Choke and myself. Also, the Zelda 1 raft just looks a lot better than Zelda 2 raft does.
The horn, the whistle, the flute, the ocarina, it led you to nowhere. Well, actually led you to Brock Lesnar phallic tattoo desert that he can cross over to the other side. I don't necessarily know that brings him to any unique area, though. So it looks like the flute is 100% just worthless. Actually, no, there's a cave there, and there's another desert, so I can't say that.
So you gotta be careful. If Brock Lesnar is watching one of these restreams, you're gonna have to answer to him.
Well, he can always type !fight, and we can do it. It brought us to Palace 5, but again, I don't know if this is an area that the ex-wife, the road devil, the river devil, truly blocks, because there are caves here.
Most likely not. It's very rare.
Yeah. Here's 5. What are we going to do? We up aid. We're just going to back out. Continuing exploring Death Mountain here. Look at that area. That cave looks nice with the rock formation, and it's New Kasuto. How many magic containers?
The beach town of New Kasuto.
7.
Oh, we don't even know.
7. Well, it has to be 7.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
See what our spell is here, though. It's going to be the first spell we find on the Eastern Continent, because we found Darunia. We didn't see Nubaru, and we didn't see the old abandoned town of Kasuto, I don't believe.
That's right.
That's a good spell to have.
One of the best.
Little fairy action. I won't say your key concerns are gone, but they're mitigated, provided he can cast it, and hopefully he can cast it up to 2 times. I did not see how much it cost him, though. Oh, look at that. That's a bad area. San Marino. Only one way out.
Dan Marino?
Yeah, isotoners. We don't bring up the references to that movie. It hits too close to home as a Bills fan.
Oh yeah. God, I love that movie.
If Dig Shake doesn't break out the terrible towel next time he races, we're gonna have words. That's the best way to say I'm sorry to Buzz Thunder.
Yeah, that is the best way. I mean, he was claiming, "Oh, it's Saturday, so I don't have it out." He was like, "Yeah, okay, you just."
But he had the Steelers T-shirt on, so if it's Saturday, why are you wearing the Steelers T-shirt? The logic doesn't make sense.
Yeah, he didn't even know he was wearing that T-shirt.
Buzz implying that Dig Shake was drunk and not aware and not self-aware.
Yeah, he was probably just like angry because he can't figure out how to get the skeletons out of the walls.
We passed up a key, I believe. Culain did. Or maybe he didn't have magic to cast jump. I didn't see it before he died, but there was a key up there. Did he get it? Maybe he got it. I guess he did get it when I was watching Pierpont. He walked by it looked like. He's got 1 key now. That's good. Man, I tell you, every time I see a key and I don't see somebody take it, like, I panic.
Like,
And it didn't even happen to me. Like, I just...
You better have a magical key if you're going to be skipping keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went back and watched that, and there were 3 keys that I skipped that were just not even out of my reach at all. Like, it saved me 2 seconds and cost me the race.
Gotta go fast.
Save 2 seconds, cost 15 minutes.
So Pierpont here is either forgetting where Death Mountain was, or he's going to look for the other side of Death Mountain and hope he has maybe a better time. He finds that one side there, and he decides to get out. There's only 1 cave he can go through. For a second, I thought he was going to take the raft spot, and I totally missed the hammer cave, but that didn't happen.
He still might be looking for other item caves, because I don't think he found all of them.
No,
Trophy went down there.
Trophy, Magic, Water of Life cave, and Magic Container cave. He's not found either of them.
Those were all in the same section. I saw him find one of those, but he, for some reason, he didn't get the other 2.
Well, I don't know, because I'm looking at him now, and he's got 1 heart container, 1 magic container, and he got those in Palace 1 and Palace 2. So that means he possibly has the flute, and I missed that?
He's in the area right now where the 3 items
Well,
are.
there's Trophy Cave now. Trophy Cave's the magic jar.
But I saw him in Magic Container Cave. I think I saw him grab the flute.
Okay. I'll mark it then.
But for some reason, he skipped these other 2 spots. I might be wrong though. Don't.
I'll mark it now just in case. I didn't see it, but I'll preface. Yeah, whatever.
Preface.
Yeah, I'll do that by saying I didn't see it, but Buzz Thunder said, so I'm going to mark it. This way, everyone can do the @Buzz Thunder. Here's the Water of Life cave. He's going to find another magic container. It's going to bring him up to 7 though, so we're going to get the item in New Kasuto when he finds it. Palace 5 at 3 attack. What a brave soul.
Yeah, that just seems like you're gonna have a bad time.
We are looking for the glove, but he is going the wrong ways.
That makes that 7 magic container count all the more important. Because that old lady in New Kasuto likes to hoard gloves.
Listen, I mean, everything's at play right now. You may need the hammer to get the kid to get the or the Water of Life to get the thunder.
Yes, another excursion in Death Mountain.
And we can add boots to get the hammer on top of that, and we can add 7 magic containers to get the spell.
See, I was wrong. I thought I saw him go in here.
Okay,
already.
so now we're officially going to get the flute.
Oh no, this is a magic container.
Yeah, that's what I
said.
said.
This is the flute. Yeah, this is the flute.
So now he's found everything.
Yes.
Except the raft. Well, and then Spectacle Rock, but neither runner has the hammer to get that. So, do you think it's too early for 5? What do you have done on the Eastern Continent? Desert Tile, Water Tile, well, Desert Tile, Maze Island first? New Kasuto? Well, he did New Kasuto, he just couldn't get either of them.
Yes, definitely not too early for 5, but earlier than I like. Usually you can get to Maze Island, and that's the place to go, especially because we have Reflect. So yeah, go for it.
Early on in the tournament, I saw not an inability, but like an ignorance to caves on the Eastern Continent, especially when you have downstab and the like. The more as we go through the tournament, I guess, when other players are eliminated and other players remain, you see basically caves become like a necessity, and everyone does it. But early on, like hardly anybody did it. They'd always try to find the boots or whatever. Is that a heart container in 5?
Oh, he grabbed an item? I didn't see it.
Yeah, he's got 6 heart containers now. He's got the 1 in 5, and he's got the 1 in 1. So that was a heart container in 5.
Yeah, that's the same thing when I first started learning this. Not knowing the past Kate in the East, but knowing that there's 4 and how to identify them is another huge thing, because it's really rare that you're 100% boot blocked or flute blocked.
In my ignorance of the game, those red Aches, the triple Aches, they look like they're invulnerable on the Eastern Continent.
Aches?
Yeah, ACHE.
Oh, that's just H.
I say
Never mind.
Triple Ache.
That's how you say H in Spanish.
Yes. Thank you, Buzz Thunder. Little Santino reference you missed.
I kind of heard it, but I was talking over it.
My ignorance of the Eastern
That's actually
Continent.
Italian. He speaks Italian, not Spanish.
My ignorance of the Eastern Continent early on was like, oh, this game's so. There's a hammer cave finally for Pierpont. He'll be happy when he gets through here finally. My ignorance was like, well, I mean, this game just throws up tiles on the overworld like nothing matters. Like your pass-through caves don't matter, the flute doesn't matter, and then like sure enough, like then you start seeing them matter, and you're like, all right, well.
Yeah, definitely. He's just kind of learning and seeing certain things, because until you see something actually happen, like I'm sure a lot of people playing this still don't think that the flute is actually required, but I've seen it.
Hopefully that's not game over. Okay, we got both our lives left. Yeah, and I also see a situation, Maze Island sighting, by the way. I also see a situation where, people write off the flute as being 100% useless. Well, I mean, not really. If you can skip a couple caves, I wouldn't call that useless at all.
Yeah, also, like, it's a catchy tune.
Yes. I try to blow it when I was looking for New Kasuto for 2 hours in vanilla.
I do remember that. I was like, what are you doing?
That was part of my 6-hour excursion. Actually, it wasn't even that long. But we do have the raft now. So Pierpont will make his way over to the Eastern Continent.
Yeah, 47 minutes in, we hasn't seen the East yet.
We see the second item in the glove. Oh. What was the first item? I saw him.
First item was a heart container.
Okay. Yeah, I saw him.
And the second item is the most coveted item in all the game.
The Holy Grail of the Zelda 2 Randomizer. The glove.
Yes.
I mean, he could do Ballast 4 here if he wants to. He's got Reflect. I don't know how much it costs to cast it. I really wish I was able to see there. 64 to cast. He's got plenty of magic.
He has 96, so yeah. It would be a rare. Yeah, Magic 3 with 6 heart containers is going to be very rare that you wouldn't be able to cast it.
Yeah. He already pulled it up. I saw it. And Pierpont's going to the east after one more encounter. Just say goodbye to these enemies. See you later, Octorok. I'm sailing away. You guys.
I have to sing the whole song.
Yeah. Check the first desert tile, because why not? There could be an item.
And the first desert tile is deserted.
So, oh, God. Yeah. I'm no selling that. So with no keys, no magic key, Culain does ferry through that door and doesn't opt to get the key on the other side of that encounter.
Yeah, that's interesting. He does have down steps, so he'll be able to grab one on this screen, but normally you would want to pick that up. Yeah.
Especially in this situation with no keys and needing to cast Fairy. You can cast Fairy twice, but let's also remember he has to beat Carrick, and he's not going to grab that key either. That's interesting. Oh, he doesn't. He has a glove. Why is he not grabbing that key? That's weird. He can only cast Fairy twice, and he's going to use the key to get back out of this area. And he's got a Death Abuse to Carrick if he wants to use Reflect, if he's going to keep using Fairy. So, this is interesting. He's going to use the only key he picked up to go, instead of just up-Aing. I believe if he up-A'd, he would have only been like 2 screens away. On the other side of this screen.
Yeah, pretty interesting leaving those keys out there.
May not matter, but keeping those keys for the for the next palace may matter. And again, this is coming from two guys who got screwed because of keys and magic keys and such like that.
Very true. Yes, I mean we have the experience to back it up. But...
Insider information. This is like we are the Chris Mortensen and Adam Schefter of the Zelda 2 randomizer world right now. And he doesn't have a key to open that door now. And he doesn't have a key to open that door. Or the magic.
See? There you go.
So there are the two keys he passed up. And there is a key in that block room, right? In 4?
Yeah,
it's 5 that doesn't have it, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in that because if I remember, that was one of the ones that I walked right by.
Looks like there's 2 rooms in 4 that have keys.
There was only one of those rooms in 4. And yes, there is a key there.
Yeah. I have on my little map 2 keys to the left.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with that other, you know, that block pyramid room.
Yeah.
If that was the P-bag one, he could have had 2 keys in there.
Yes. Because in the tournament seed, all P-bags are replaced by keys. Extra keys. And here's Carrick. We don't have enough to cast. Gotta see if we can get a jar from some of these Raws over here.
Oh, he's on his last life.
He's last life. So this is the situation I was talking about before. You know you have the death abuse, but with enough kills here, he'll be able to get, because this is a small item dropping, quote-unquote, enemy.
Yeah.
He's going to do a 2 for 1. Oh, he's going to just take magic now. Yeah, why? Why risk it?
Yeah, he's going to be in... He's already was in rough shape with his attack level, but I think it's going to catch up with him eventually.
We're in 5 here for Pierpont. Glove exploration mode is in full effect. Carrick is down. Pierpont up A's, and he's leaving. Guess he doesn't like the layout. What are we doing? We're going to go back and kill this Ra, I believe. Or might have to kill a couple of them. 890 might be...
I think that's it.
970
no,
is the next
970. No, that's all right. That's not a huge time sink.
No, especially at 20 per. The maximum they can be. There's your jar when you don't need it. There's a heart container. Let's take that.
Yeah, he needs some Maos. Maos are always worth 20, and they're easy to kill.
And they're not always worth 20. Heart container, new Kasuto. Is that right? Yep. Heart container was the item locked behind 7 magic containers.
Jeez.
And now the downside here is these Raws are going to take... Do they take XP on hit?
Yeah, definitely, because after him killing a couple, he's still where he was earlier. Looks like they take 20 back.
Oh, he's gonna...
I guess he's deciding to eat the gem now?
So Pierpont finally gets Fairy. No item was found in 4, I believe.
Nope, we did not see it.
Nope. He takes the gem, but he's going to try to... not a bad play here. Take the gem, you're only 80 points away, and then there's a nut knuckle in the statue, 50-50. Kill him, take the attack level up A.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was such a congregation of levels there.
Yeah, they're all really quick into each other. He's going to jump back in.
Looking for the item?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing in the back of his mind. Like, if I can just get into his mind for a little bit here. What could possibly be in this? Well, magic jars, heart containers, they don't really help him too much. Cross, okay, well, it's not really something you're going to go turn around for. I don't think he's going to take the key there either, unless he got it the first time around. Hammer is going to lead you to a spell. And the boots might lead you to the 2 towns you didn't find, or Nibiru or the hidden town of Kasuto, as Pierpont gets the heart container in Maze Island. I believe this was the way to Carrick. There's the glove, finally. for Pierpont. Now, Pierpont doesn't have to up A and go back to the Northern Palace to then do Palaces 2 and 3. He's already done them. They were not glove blocked. But as we see on the tracker, Culain only did Palace 1 along with Palace 4. So he does have to go back and do 2 and 3 at one point in time.
Yeah, Pierpont's looking like he has a decent lead. What's really could be the equalizer here is what you were just alluding to with where is Thunder?
Where's Thunder is the only troll we have right now in the game. If we want to call it that.
With 2 towns available.
Well, there's only one. Yeah, there's two free spells left, and then there's 2 item spells left.
Because yeah, we haven't seen Kasuto, Darunia, or Nabooru.
We saw Darunia. Culain had jump, but didn't elect to get downstab.
Right, but we haven't seen the spell.
Right. The kid is guaranteed to be on either the desert or the kid or the medicine of life, the water of life, are guaranteed to be on either the desert container or the water tile, and then the other one is going to be blocked by the hammer in Spectacle Rock and Death Mountain.
Yeah, very high percentage of
50
of the thunder spell just being sitting around. So I don't understand the diving back into 4 for the item here.
50% it's around, 50% it's blocked by an item, 50% of that chance. 25% chance you have to go into Death Mountain to get Thunder. 25% chance that you need 12.5% chance that you need the boots to get Thunder as well. Because there's a water tile that exists. What are we going to do here? We found the item.
Oh man.
We can Death Abuse though. We can afford it. Because he's going to up A right after. He's past P bags and stuff. He's not worried about experience points right at this time.
I was still just thinking, like, yeah, look, all those keys he walked by.
Yeah.
We saw him avoid at least 4 keys.
Oh, well, look at that, though. That's a big pickup, potentially. It's a spell. It's basically a spell at this point.
Yeah, the hammer equals a spell, definitely.
Because it's the only thing it could be used for. Because it doesn't block any caves. And it doesn't block any part of the Western continent. It is a spell. Or the first part of the spell. Which spell is it? It could be fire. Yeah. It could be thunder. I'm going to have a Carrick fight here.
Could be the kid. Could be the medicine.
He's trying to find his way out of Maze Island right now, I guess. Because he's gotten both items. Link's just going to chill here in the corner of the screen. Hope Carrick doesn't jump in his face 17 times. And complete Palace 4. Decision time. This could be a Jack Link's beef jerky all-in moment. Does PierpontLempkin up A and go back into 4 to find the hammer? And is the hammer even needed? Or does he just continue on?
Yeah, I don't think he will. I think he's just going to search for the towns in the east. That's what I would have done.
Will Jessica escape the firing squad? Find out next time on Soap.
Oh, it was always Dragon Ball Z. Always had that.
Did it?
At the end, yeah.
That's probably why the kids get the reference. Well, we're going to work our way out of 4 here. He is not going back to get the item. So here is the, like I said, the deciding moment. Because if the hammer is required, then what is going to be available for Pierpont to then search at that time? You know, he could pick it up.
Yeah, that has to be it, yeah.
Because at this point in time, if...
Well, we still haven't seen water or desert.
Well, that's the point being, at the point in time where it could be decided or known that the hammer is needed to get Thunder, how many different options is Pierpont going to have available to him? Palace 3, Palace 4, Palace 5, Palace 6, you know what I mean? The spell.
Yeah,
Nukasudo
No,
item.
very, very true. If that is the last resort, yes, that's going to hold him back.
So the hindsight
Way
of sitting
back.
behind the microphone is that we know the hammer's there, and 100% if he goes back in, he can get it. But at the point in time where he realizes he needs it, let's just keep talking and realize it doesn't matter at this point.
Well, there's just too many other options, you know. I mean, his mindset is very similar to mine. Like you got to exhaust your easier options first because the odds are in your favor to get lucky and find it and not having to dive back in there and look for an item that you might not even need.
No, and bingo. So there you go. P-Bag, we'll take it. We're going to take a Magic 3? Why don't we take a Magic 3? We should take Magic 3.
I thought there was another P-Bag, another Desert Spot South. I don't know if he's already checked that or not, or he's going back to it.
Well, Culain is now on the Western continent, so we are fighting Helmet Head.
DiCaprio?
I don't know if I like that one. What was the dude in Monty Python? The I'm Invincible guy. That guy have
Black
a name?
Knight?
Yeah. Because you're basically taking
Nice.
off this guy's head.
That doesn't work.
Your face doesn't work. How about that? That's professional, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to shut you down like that.
Let's
I'm just
ferry
like
up.
Monty Python.
I'm playing Parappa the Rapper tonight as soon as you go to bed.
Oh, that's fine. Go ahead. I don't even care anymore.
So, boots in the desert tile, huh?
Yes, sir.
So now he's just, man, after that whole explanation of not what is Pierpont doing, but what is he missing out on by not finding that hammer, he has found, he has found the boots and the thunder spell. So it's like, okay, well, just throw that out of the window. It's fine. The Black Knight it's just a flesh wound. Who's the one where the dude's arms were getting cut off and his legs were getting cut off? He's like, come on, I'm invincible.
No, that's the Black Knight.
It's still it's still the Black Knight. All right.
Yeah, I've seen that movie like 50 times.
I saw it one time when I was a kid at my brother's house, and that grossed me out, that scene. So I never watched it again.
That movie's hilarious.
We got to do the science on the shield at least one time. The bubble, I'm sorry, and it's worth 50. I'm gonna bypass that. Man, he's stacked up right now to get attack 8.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna find that water tile. I know we've seen it.
Oh, it was right. I think you woke up to it right off the raft. Might have been a little bit north. Like a little bit west, a little bit east, a little bit north, maybe?
Yeah, just to give yourself a little bit more opportunity to find more spells.
Yeah, Nibiru is around, and at this point in time, what does Pierpont really need here? Well, I don't know if he's necessarily seen... Well, he's seen 5, because he's been in 5. And that's 5, I believe. There's our gem. There's our Palace 2 gem. For Culain. That was 2, right? He beat Helmet Head and then went backwards for XP? And then placed the gem? Okay. And we're back in 5, I believe, unless this is 6 with a slightly similar color palette. Find out when we get to a column, and we'll know for sure. This is 5. But spell options for Pierpont at this time to find Nibiru are really like shield, fire, and spell,
Yeah.
and it's just really they're just kind of like luxuries right now at this point.
Yeah,
Or
really, that was my mistake.
yeah,
He doesn't need that at all. It's all systems go.
pretty much
Metal to
is.
the metal.
Yeah. There's our keyless key room. Oh, the
That's the worst
knockback,
one, that one.
the save,
That
and
one.
the beauty.
I don't like it when that one tricks you. Like, oh, a key.
Especially when you need it.
Yeah,
There's one here, though.
especially when you need it.
There's not one there. My bad.
I feel like I'm talking too much about the need for keys.
Well, you have the need for keys. We understand.
Yeah. That was kind of a throw out to choke a little bit. Who is MIA?
As usual. Choke
Yeah.
Choke
That's his new MO.
MIA me. I like it.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. Palace 6, though. We have dueling Eastern Continent palaces right now. Queue up the fairy in the eco key room. And queue up fairy to go through the door, because we don't have any keys on Culain's side. Can we grab some here? And they're not Eastern Continent palaces. We are in 3. I understand that. But we're here with the glove now, so let's find some keys.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite rooms to find early with downstab and a glove.
Yeah. It all depends on who the large enemy is. Like, if it's a Doom Knocker, I'm a little upset. But if it's like a Nut Knuckle, I can kind of trap him. No key in this room that Culain's in now. The room that exists in Palace 6 has the key. And here is Rebo. So how are we doing level-wise? 890. We're not in a position to get attack 6 yet again. Rebo can give you up to 700. I think he was a 700. Or if that might have been Dig Shake's seed. In fact, that was Dig Shake's seed, where Dig Shake was very low on XP, and then like a 700 Rebo brought him right where he needed to. 500's not bad.
That might bring him?
Nope.
Oh, just short.
64 short.
That 906, he was sitting on that.
906 seems to be his...
rate.
Yeah, he should go play the New York Daily Lotto with the Yolanda Vega.
Yeah.
Here's Guma, the real Guma, not the Gumme. Just, you know, kind of get in there, stab him, jump back. Because at life 3, no shield spell.
Ouch.
This could be brutal.
Yeah, trying to play conservatively, and yeah, he can probably only take 3 hits.
Culain goes to get a breath of fresh air and a key.
Yeah, Palace 3, the only dungeon with a, you know, a little courtyard area. Or palace, I mean.
Well, Guma has him in a pretty sticky situation here. He's backing up a little bit. He's able to give himself some room. Culain's going to place the gem, get attack 6. And now be done with the Eastern Continent. And Pierpont with a pretty nice fight right there. On his way to place his 5th gem. And there it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, because mistaking it with the other seed, the other race we called today, and mistaking it with Palace 3 just before made me a little bit confused. Have we seen 6?
Yes, we've seen 6. I thought we saw 6 right away. I think it was right at the raft spot.
Okay. Where the water tile is.
Okay, I have it marked actually. Yeah, it's just northeast of the raft, which is where he's going.
Yep, so there's the water tile right there. Just pop in. I would pop in. Why not? Free item.
I hate to pop in.
He'll get this item and he'll go to Mendy's and have some soup.
No dinner.
It's the stupid idiot.
The lost kid? Yeah, really no reason to go there because he knew that was the kid.
Yeah, I mean, mystery is kid or water or life.
I don't know.
That was the only
Save the
mystery.
kid from the ocean, I guess, if that weighs on your conscience. But
So he's obviously a marine biologist. So
wow, how many can we do?
I don't know. We're on a roll right now, though. As I write this down on my paper with my man hands. There's 6. Northeast of the raft spot. The Buzz Thunder Atlas tells us exactly where it is. So we're hoping not to find a lot of key doors. I don't know his key situation. He had at least one. And we're hoping to find, if we're Pierpont, we're hoping to find Barbara pretty quick here.
Yeah, usually keys aren't a big concern in 6. There
Hey.
are a lot of extras lying around.
We're in Death Mountain for Culain. Culain is looking for the medicine of life.
Ah, wow. That is the big decider of the race, as we were alluding to earlier.
Item room.
Going and finding the spell in the right spot.
Man, attack 8. When you fight these rebos, you feel like flexing after you do it.
Oh, the best is killing a Doom Knocker with one hit. It's my favorite thing in the world.
So interesting there that having all the things, he did decide to do that fight. He took the key and he used the key to get his 8th magic container. We've seen players avoid that fight because they have everything they need, and we've seen players take the fight for the key as well. Pierpont elects to take the fight, take the key, take the item. Now he has 8 magic containers, and certainly could do all the things on Thunderbird, especially if he gets maximum XP out of this gem. And there's the downside of using the key for the magic container. Now you have to cast Fairy. In a situation where Fairy might have to be cast. Yeah. So now he might drop and have to cast Fairy and not have enough magic for it.
There's a key in this room? No, there isn't.
No, not in 6. 6 only has those keys when you drop because they're P bags that turn into keys. In fact, there's not a single key in Palace 6 except from the Rebos.
Right.
Normally.
I just
Normally.
thought there was one there. Right, yeah. No, I knew that. That's why they make you get the magical key.
But you do get these keys because it's a trigger mechanic in the game. You don't really spend... Well, you spend the one on the item and then you get this one for free. Now, interesting if he jumps here. Well, he's going to use jump, see if he can get the refill. Well, he missed, and then now he's got to use the key on that door with no magic. I might have went back and tried to find that jar.
Yeah, that would only take him another 2 seconds.
There's a jar in this room.
He has to jump here.
Well, he doesn't have to. I make it all the time. He got it. And then, but there's a jar there, too, that he doesn't go for. Well, you might need jump to get it. And then there's a key on the other side here.
Yeah. This is my favorite jump to do.
Oh, there's where he needs Fairy. Hopefully he doesn't need it for his sake. Barbara could be this way, but he can't get through that door either.
Oh, man.
So we'll drop down. Probably drop him down right to that jar room. Yeah, now he doesn't have... So now he's in a bad situation here.
Yeah, I bet he's going to try that short jump.
Well, he could drop in that other room, but now he wants the Fairy.
Now he's killing himself. There we go.
Yeah, he could have dropped in that room. See where it took him.
Yeah, just trying to save time in spots where it's not really doing him any good.
There's a lot of places the magic key could be. It could be the... well, not a lot of places. It could be Palace 3, or it could be the new Kasuto item locked behind the S-P-E-L-L spell.
There's an E?
Yeah, there's an E. You broke my soul when you said that earlier. You were the dude that typed your, Y-O-U-R.
Oh, no, I'm not like that.
Yeah, no, when you said it without an E, there's Barba. So Fairy was required to get the Barba.
I just had a spelling bee this morning, so I was a little bit mentally frazzled.
Well, you didn't ask for the word or the country of origin of the word, or to use it in a sentence. So, Barber down. XP is good. Take that key and go. And we move on to the Great Palace.
Yep, time for the Great Palace.
Yeah.
Or the not so great palace, depending.
Was that a Thirsty Broad that we just passed up there? Or did he get it and I didn't notice it?
No, I'm not sure.
I believe that was Thirsty Broad, but it was right north of 5, so you think both players would have it. I gotta check when I see when he pauses to queue up fairy or something.
Plays the flute to get by the ex-wife.
Still taking submissions on what to call that guy, I guess.
Yeah, I still don't.
He's not the River Devil,
100%
so we have to
confident, yeah.
come up with something good.
Just call him like that asshole in the road.
Wow. Let you get your shopping cart out of the aisle, dude.
Something like that. Oh, look at beefing up magic instead of life.
8 magic containers, I probably wouldn't, but I didn't do the math to see what he could cast, especially when you don't have shield.
I say it's almost impossible for him to not be able to cast things readily.
I want to give credit to the proper person. I think it was Scorpion Max this afternoon. If not, it was Jackamus, but I think it was Scorpion Max that said magic is a little bit of a gamble whether the cost will go down or not. Life is life. So if you can cast Thunder, you know, taking additional magic levels could be hit or miss, but taking life is always life, so you always get a benefit from it.
That's precisely what I do, because you know you're going to take damage in 7, and if you can cast Thunder, if you're confident enough with your skills against Thunderbird, just dump everything into life.
Remember, no shield.
Especially with 8.
No shield spell. That's a concern, but 7 heart containers, life 7. Still okay. Life, shield, life, jump, reflect, fairy, thunder. Those are the 5 that we did find. I gotta see it on Culain's screen next time he pauses, though. So take us through this great palace here.
Go right.
Go right. We have one option, and it's go right. This is the honeycomb room because there's no chicken. Go through this room, get to the other side, and hey, early T-Bird. Early T-Bird means the possibility of a pretty painful Great Palace, even in the shortened variety. So we have enough for Thunder, we have enough for Reflect. It's gonna and Jump, so that's good enough for him. Jump didn't even look like it moved the stupid bar.
I think it was worth like 6 or something. What is the minimum? Is it 8?
I believe the minimum is 0. But I don't know if it gets down there.
That can actually happen?
In the wiki, and there goes T-Bird, because we are attack 8, so no big deal. I believe the wiki states it could be 0, but that might be on certain settings of the randomizer itself and not necessarily in the tournament flags.
Okay, yeah.
Your health's beeping, dude.
Thank you, Downey.
So we're going to go 2 rooms through here. Dark Link always has to appear after Thunderbird, but in this situation there is no before Thunderbird. There was 1 room. There are drop rooms after Thunderbird, though. So if you find a drop areas, drop ceilings, or whatever you want to call them. So if you find a drop room somewhere later in the palace, they can take you to a room like that one Pierpont was just in, all the way back.
So just because it doesn't have a ceiling, is that how you identify it as a drop room?
Yeah, from watching Dig Shake's little tutorial and explanation of the game when it was tournament ready, any room that has a nothing above it is a potential room you can drop down into.
See, I need to start marking that on my map now.
We had 2 options, up and to the right, but right was a dead end, so we're going to go up. We're very linear right now, not a lot of options. Going left here.
No.
Uh-oh.
Potential full clear.
Oh, he does not have upstab.
Upstab required. Wow, what a twist. That is very rare.
I believe Darunia was the first town you saw, though. He's going to power through it to go get the upstab. Is this like the first time in the tournament we've seen upstab be required? Or actually, first time we've seen it be required where a runner did not have it?
As far as I remember, yeah. I mean, the only other time I had to do it was just a random seed I was doing, where I had to go back and get upstab.
I thought I did last night in a race.
Gotta lay off chat, man.
I know. Oh, my fault. Because it wasn't said, I just decided to take everything that was said and read into it. That's a problem with being part of Mensa.
Part of what?
I don't know. I rolled my eyes when I said that.
He's going past the face hugger.
That's oh god.
It kind of looked like a face hugger. I don't know.
And here's Darunia. So not that much of a backtrack because it was only 7 rooms in.
Okay, yeah, that was almost nothing.
Yeah. Debatable if it was even quicker to up A and then take the raft back over.
Yeah, probably only a real sidetrack of about 3 minutes.
Pierpont left the palace because upstab required. And thus, you're rejoining us right in time for him to get upstab. Trying to navigate 5 here for Culain. I feel like Pierpont got to Guma relatively quick. And in fact, here is Guma. Gonna fight him attack 6, life 4. So it's a little bit better than what Pierpont did. Still no shield.
He's, very aggressive, but not doing any damage.
Yeah. Gets over on the other side ASAP.
This is another... Yeah, look at that damage. That's another thing I notice with people trying to do those quick strategies on Guma. It almost always seems like it doesn't pay off. Where you're trying to downstab him, get inside the hitbox, and
yeah.
He's trying 3 times anyways.
You downstab 1 time and you already lost half your health because when you bounce over, you're just jumping right onto the mace itself.
I don't. I just watching people do it, I feel like I fight Guma different than anybody else does, but
I might have the slowest Guma strategy ever.
But I mean, if he doesn't kill you, then slow is fine, because killing you is the worst thing that can happen.
Right, because now we're taking the game over here in Palace 5, and we got to navigate our way. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to walk through the whole thing again.
Mm-hmm. So Pierpont's back. He's going to go through this room, pass through Thunderbird room, and then be only 2 screens away and 2 elevators away for where he was blocked. Here's Thunderbird room. We'll note the possible rooms he can drop into.
The former Thunderbird room. The Thunderbird tomb, that's what it becomes afterwards. That's not that bad.
This is one of the rooms you can drop down into if you take a drop later on. It's a 1 chicken room. Once we get through this room, we're going to find the inverted T room with the elevator room, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it has a real name, but... Take this room to the right, dead end. Take it up, upstairs room. And Culain does have upstab, so that's not going to be an issue. There he goes, up and oh no! Wow, I'd never seen it there before.
Man, that would have gotten anybody.
Good old Buzz Thundered right there in that position. Wow, I'd never seen it there before. That was sick. Let's cross over, jump over this hole in the floor that he does not have holy water to find, and we're going to go down.
Round 2 with a jump spell being cast.
Still takes that early damage, though. Alright, now we have options. We have options. Pierpont left the left side of that room unexplored to take this drop down which brings up another option. You can go left and right out of this room. He'll go right into what is essentially the fairy room, I guess we'll call it.
That's what I call it.
Elevator up, elevator down. Elevator down is another path where you can go left or right. So right now we have 4 unexplored options. We're going to go right. Dead end there, so we're going to take one of the 4 unexplored options. Will it be left or will it be up through the fairy room? Up through the fairy room. And we're going to go up again. And we're going to go left in the most miserable room in the game. Cast fairy, get through it. Make sure you touch every raw. Don't worry about it. We're going to go left here. This is a dead end, but it could lead him to a red jar.
See, that's interesting. I almost
Or
never
chicken.
run into rooms like that going left.
Me either. But let's also note that that is a possible drop into room later. So what are our choices here? Well, there's a left where he dropped down before the fairy room, and then there's the left under the down a floor below the fairy room. And then there was a left pre-drop as well.
Yeah, I say just go to the closest one.
Jackamus room is the room with the elevator in the middle that goes down with all the heads on the wall, broken up into little sections where normally a king bot or like a king bubble is in. There you go. There's the source right there. You can find out from the source. So we went left. Did we go left? We went down the fairy room and went left there? Is that what we did?
Yes.
Okay. So honeycomb room, chicken in the middle. So this is a spicy chicken waffles room. Let's go up.
That sounds really good.
And go up again. That does sound pretty good. I have cold cuts in the fridge. Gonna give me some cold cuts after this race, ladies. Gets the jar, but he's just gonna not take it. Just be a man. Like, I don't need it because I got full magic.
Yeah, another drop.
Another drop. Let's see if it leads to any areas here. James, I'll explain after the race. Look at that.
See it.
We are.
I know it's all in my head. I love when that room drops onto itself or something like it.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you drop down into it and you leave it left and it teleports you underneath. It's just a nice touch.
I love mapping this place out and then realizing it's not physically possible because rooms exist on top of other rooms and floors overwrite other floors. Like keeping a real map was ridiculous at one time.
Yeah. See, I try to start in the top left because normally the dungeon will progress that direction, but sometimes it just goes directly off the side of... Oh, there we go.
And sometimes you progress directly into Dark Link. And here it is. He's eyeing the IRC. You saw him take a little peek to the side there.
And that should be a nice little sub 90.
And there goes Darklink. So I got to find the first GG in chat before I officially ruin it for everybody. And there's GG's. So we'll post the official SRL timer. 1 hour, 28 minutes, 42 seconds. Great job by Pierpont.
I'd say very nice. I think anything that's sub 90 is a quality run. Especially when you have a semi-brick wall like you did in this one.
There's no real average time for tournament flags because one could be really hard, one could be really easy. Most people try to aim for 90 minutes. Better players probably try to aim for 75 minutes, I would say, maybe 70 minutes. Sub-hour is like your optimal dream. But again, one could be really hard, one could be really easy. So to say like one is average, it's really hard to do that. It's like the whole there's no world record thing unless you play everyone plays the same seed over and over and over again kind of argument. But 90 is what most runners try to do. 75 for better, and then sub-hour for ultimate.
I think there's only been like 1 or 2 of those, right?
2, both dig shake, I believe.
Yeah.
158, 154, something like that.
Well, that's kind of interesting that both of them were dig shake.
One was really inebriated too, like a really inebriated stream.
Yeah, I know. It's almost like he has a program where he can. Never mind.
He didn't bust out the terrible towel though, so I don't think it counts as it. I'm trying to get Pierpont to join us here. I'm not too sure he entirely has a microphone set up in his situation right now, but if he does, I hope he joins us. The invitation was definitely sent. Find Culain. He's fairy blocked right there in 6. Yeah, how was he working there with 5? Did he finally get Guma? I'm guessing so.
Yeah, he did.
He doesn't seem to have Thunder because he complained about that in IRC. I like watching people in the Great Palace so much that I neglect watching the other runner. I love this.
At that point, if the other runner's not in Great Palace himself, it's kind of.
Well, it's a great situation to like. It's like one of the best parts of the game when it comes to decision making, and like decisions affecting other decisions or ultimately your end goal. And certainly when runners are closer, like races are decided based on that.
They certainly are. But yeah, there's just like you said, we had 4 different options of which way he could go, and then the first one he chooses takes him directly to Dark Link. So it's just so much luck involved. But mapping it out and knowing what your options are is a big part of it. So I don't understand how people do it without writing down the map.
Well, some people just have incredible memories, dude. Photographic memories. I envy them, especially after complications and stuff that I've had. It's just amazing. You can talk to somebody and they can just remember every little thing about everything. And then, like me, I get the magic key, and the first thing I do next key door is I try to cast Fairy, and I farm for magic jars for the next 5 minutes. All right, we got a little Barba fight here. Hey, Pierpont, thanks for joining us. Good game, man.
Thanks.
Let me adjust your volume a little bit as we talk. Why don't you walk us through the seed, man? Well, how'd you feel about it?
Not too bad. I was surprised I needed the upstab.
That was certainly a heartbreaking moment. Did you think you guys were close, where that was going to be an ultimate decision that would affect you?
It crossed my mind. Yeah, I thought that might make the difference in the race. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise,
Yeah.
Go ahead, Buzz. Sorry.
I would say luckily it didn't. It was a very minor detail. That probably only cost you about 3 minutes to go back and grab it because Darunia was just so close by.
Yeah, it ended up being not a real big deal.
When did you did you ever panic that you had to go find the hammer to go back into Death Mountain to go find the kid or the Water of Life to find Thunder?
I thought that might happen. That worried me a little bit.
What was your
Death Mountain the first time though? Couldn't decide whether to go into Death Mountain or look for more caves, or I didn't know what to do at the beginning.
Yeah, you went back. Yeah, you went back in there and finally found the hammer cave for the raft, and then went over to Eastern Continent and just like flew through it based on everything you get and everything you got and the order you got it and stuff like that. At any point in time, were you concerned about having the hammer? Well, let's put it this way: when would have the decision been made to ultimately go find the hammer for you?
If I was stuck and couldn't find anywhere else, that would have been like the last thing
Right.
I would have done.
So very last thing. So luckily you just walked right into a town and found Thunder and didn't need to do it. And you actually found, I think right after, because Culain found the hammer in 4, and as soon as he did, we were like, uh-oh, this could be Thunder. And if it's not, you just finished 4 and you walked right out. So that was going to be a pivotal moment. But as soon as we said that, as I was explaining the process of what possibilities might exist, you just casually got the boots and you casually got Thunder before I was even done.
Yeah, it ended up all working out.
Yeah.
I guess my approach in these races now is, don't go looking for any items unless you absolutely have to. Try to hope everything falls into place, I guess.
Right, and you never went back to Darunia, obviously, until you needed the upstab, because that's why you needed to go back. But you never cashed into Kid. You never went to get the Water of Life. You never even found Naburu for the spell there. So you were just like, forget about these other spells. I got everything I need. Let's go. And that's been the winning formula. And sub 90, man, well done.
Thanks.
Buzz, you got anything?
No, I don't.
Okay. Anything else about this seed that you particularly liked or didn't like, or anything that you do maybe want to work on for your next match? Because your next match is now against Buzz Thunder. So do you guys want to talk bad about each other right now? I'll give you each 10 minutes.
No, I mean, yeah, we can. I didn't plan for something like this, kind of a backstage calling out wrestler type thing, but no, I don't know. It was good to watch. Yeah, it looks like you know what you're doing, because pretty much everything you did was about the same philosophy that I use. So yeah, I look forward to a matchup.
Should be good.
Anything either of you, by the way, since I got both of you on the line, anything either of you are going to be practicing that you maybe don't care to disclose? Don't care if the other person hears it?
I'll probably be playing Burger Time.
Oh, God. This guy. But yeah. All right. I wish.
Honestly, practicing. Yeah, I'll keep doing what I'm doing. I play about 1 seed a day, a tournament seed, and try to do it as fast as possible.
Pierpont, how much do you play of this game in between races?
I try to do a seed a day as practice. I'm working on all keys too right now. There's another tournament for that.
Oh, are you registered for that? Good luck in there, by the way.
Thanks.
No problem at all. If anybody wants to catch up on this tournament, there is the link to the official brackets, and from there you can see our upcoming races on probably the second link on the page. It's in orange. It's really bold. You can see it, and see what's coming up and what you have missed. You can watch all the VODs that are listed and see who's going to commentate and what channels the future races will be on. But yeah, so great game, Pierpont, and congratulations and good luck in your next match.
All right, thanks.
No problem.
Yeah, congratulations, but no, not so much for the good luck in the next one.
Right.
Culain saves there, and it looks like there's a possibility he might be done. Yes, he has forfeited from the race. Couldn't find Thunder. That was the ultimate thing there for him to back out of that race, I believe. Found Nuboru, and it was the shield spell. I'm not sure he picked up the boots or the Kid, though, but we might have missed that while watching Great Palace. And never found old Katsudo for Thunder, so it's unfortunate when things happen like that, Buzz.
Yeah, that was really that turning point there. Like, for the hammer to be useful for him would have been the only thing that kind of would have turned it around for that. But I mean, that was the gamble too, going back into 4 over just looking in the overworld. Because if he would have found the Thunder the same way Pierpont did, I mean, who knows? He could have caught right up with him.
Yeah, it's it's randomizer. You find things in order, you find things early, and you're well off. If it takes you a while to find something, then you're probably far behind. And we saw it with Undead Phil earlier. That whole water tile. What the hell was in that water tile? The glove. He spent most of that seed looking for the glove.
Yeah, and he just couldn't find that lucky cave. That was kind of up to chance as far as Dig Shake finding that cave. So
yeah, early recognition though.
Chose the right pass through cave.
Yeah, and we certainly see it with a lot of races as well. The whole the difference between the completion of the seed is because good decisions. Yeah, Culain didn't make bad decisions, not at all. But finding items that are hidden behind certain areas of the game can be tough sometimes when they're inclusive, and that stinks to see that. I certainly like to watch dead heats and stuff like that. It's nice and fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I've been many times on that losing end of the whole I can't find this item, and Buzz Thunder just finished the race 30 minutes ago. And is now hosted me for the 30th time tonight. To rub it in.
Sometimes that. Oh, is that rubbing it in, really?
No, I'm just saying. But when you hit /host Angry Larry, and then, hey guys, I'm here, /host Angry Larry. Hey, Culain, how's it going?
Well, I'm good. Man, that race threw me off when I couldn't find a few key items there, but had a good start to it.
Yeah, I mean, the overworld looked a little bit bad. I forgot to ask Pierpont this, but early on, you guys were struggling to find the item caves, and you came to an area of the overworld where you found them all pretty much in succession, and you were rocking and rolling. You found the raft first, but then you had key issues in a couple palaces.
I got Palace 2 and Palace 3 mistaken when I was running through them. I was planning on picking up a few keys in Palace 3 by going, Palace 2 by going left trying to find the item room, and I ended up going through Palace 3. And I know that cost me a bit of time.
Yeah, we did see you in 3 going left, but we thought you were just going for keys, which I guess you did turn out to be going for keys. I don't know that we thought when you picked up the hammer in 4 that was going to be like a solid turning point for you, right there, because you knew it was a guaranteed spell and it could have been Thunder. Actually, you don't even know where Thunder wound up, right?
No, I wasn't. I didn't find it, so I figured it was either in Thunder Town, so I have to go jumping through caves on the East Continent to find it because I didn't have the boots yet.
Yeah, it was in Thunder Town, so you didn't need the hammer. But just as you found the hammer, Pierpont followed you in Palace 4, and beat Carrick, and then left. And just as I was explaining how you finding the hammer is such a leg up because of the possibilities. He walked right into the desert tile, got the boots, and then walked right into the into Old Casuto and got the Thunder Spell. So. Oh,
so the boots were on a desert tile, which I was missing. That was my big mistake.
Yeah, and then the kids were on the water tile there. So, but the kid turned out to be nothing. It was either fire or it was spell. So that didn't matter. Thunder was in Old Casuto, yeah. So that's unfortunate. You were now on the rail with us, but you can have the benefit of watching and enjoying the rest of the races with us. Is there anything, are you going to continue to play this game? Is there anything you're going to be doing on your channel or something maybe you want to plug, or new games you're going to run?
Yeah, I really enjoy playing Zelda too. I always, I want to try out more of the Master Quest runs in that.
Oh, God.
It seems entertaining.
You absolutely have to play the race we played last night, and then come back and tell me it's entertaining.
Yeah, I had a few of them, but I also play a few other games. I'm going to try out more Faster Than Light, but other than those two games...
it's a nice game.
Yeah.
Are you into...
FTL.
Yeah, are you into the roguelikes and stuff like that, like Binding of Isaac or Enter the Gungeon or anything?
I've got a few roguelike games, but for the most part, Faster Than Light is my favorite one of them all.
I bought that. Yeah, I got to try that.
FTL's the highest value game because... Yeah, when I bought that for like $1.50, and I probably have like 300 hours in it, Best value.
And the Steam sale is coming up pretty soon, like a month and a half away. So
yeah, you'll be able to pick that up for $2 for sure.
I'm hoping for a cheap Darkest Dungeon and a cheap Enter the Gungeon myself, but we'll see. Culain, join.
I want to thank Pierpont for the good race there. Unfortunately, I guess he did finish. What was his time for the race?
His time was 1 hour and 28 minutes, so it was 88 minutes there.
Right. Okay.
Total.
Yeah, it's a pretty good time. I guess I gave up around the 140 moment then.
Yeah, it doesn't say, but
yeah.
11 minutes, like 9 minutes later. Yeah, that's no big deal. But yeah, we have to get you in some races, some of these nightly races. We've been busting out the crazy flags, the master flags, or worse.
All right, so I'm gonna start looking for those more often now, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, anywhere between I would say 8 p.m. Eastern time and like 11 p.m. Eastern time, and then there later. I know Jake Hoper starts up some really late at night. Dick Shake starts his normally at 11. And then other people.
Are there any more tournament races tonight then?
No more tonight. No. So we might have to wait for the man to get home from his date night with his wife, which I think he's going to eat pretzels at a bar. and then maybe start one up. But yeah, definitely look for us on IRC, and best of luck to you in FTL and all the other things you're gonna do.
Okay, and I'll see you around, Angry Larry.
All right, you got it. Buzz Thunder
Bye.
is here too. FTL, Buzz. I didn't know you're surprising me there.
Oh, that game's great.
I thought you were just a one-trick wonder with Burger Time, but you are.
Oh no. I'm all over the place. That's the thing is, yeah, I've only been streaming for like 4 months or whatever, and I've only been streaming old games. But like when it
You're
comes
like a
to
pro.
playing stuff, I'm all over the place.
You're neglecting that NHL '94, by the way.
No, I'm not. I'm just not streaming it. I'm actually in a league.
Oh, you're doing the league. That's right.
Yeah, but I just haven't been streaming any of my league matches.
Ron Barr is rolling over in his grave. Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
As we do the bonus coverage here, the Angry Larry and Buzz show.
Yeah, that's where it gets really crazy.
ALMB. I'm gonna play Faster Than Light one day when you're around. Are you gonna backseat
you're
me?
gonna oh god, you're gonna have fun. You've ever played it before?
I've watched it played.
Yeah, you're gonna have a great time.
Can't be harder than Tharsis, right? I just roll dice and I repair ship, and that's about it.
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on with that game.
It was a good game. That's a fun game. That's a fun game to play. It may not be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, FTL is it's difficult. It'll take you a while before you beat it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was Isaac. That's
No, yeah, that's the kind of game I love. That's why like I'm a big Dark Souls fan. That's the game that just like beats you into submission until you end up loving it.
You have to play Crypto the Necrodancer though.
I know that looked like a really dumb game.
You don't have to play it with dance pad. You play it with the keyboard. Like
Yeah,
dance pad is an option.
That's even dumber.
Well, you move around, you fight things. How is it different than any other game?
I don't know. I'll join your quest into getting somebody to play that game, but you're asking the wrong guy.
I think it's a top tier indie game though. It's not like a joke game.
Yeah, it looked like a joke game to me.
No, it's top tier. It's along the lines of Nuclear Throne, Enter the Gungeon, Binding of Isaac, FTL. I'd be surprised if it's not up there in sales past any of them.
Why? But if I'm playing a game, like I don't know, for it to be rhythm based, that just seems like.
Well, it's not Parappa Rapper, Guitar Hero rhythm based. You gotta just move based on the beat. But you're still exploring, unlocking, collecting things, stuff like that. I mean, it has the same kind of progression that like an Isaac would, where you have to do all these things to unlock all these items, to buy things in shops and stuff like that.
It just seemed like a needless combination.
You're just
of
afraid of
genres.
change. That's all you are.
Well, yeah, I know that.
Okay. No need to argue that one. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
When it comes to games, I'll try almost anything. But when I saw that one being sold, and I was like, oh, this just looks dumb. That didn't look like my kind of game at all.
It's pretty fun. We gotta get Choke to play it.
I hope Choke plays it.
Is Choke even really a person? Let's discuss
Well,
this.
no, he was playing. You wanna? Is Choke actually a person? Up next on the Angry Larry show.
More to come.
Or the
Yes, sir. Ha! Yeah, but
we need to get the Merv Griffin set before we do this. Found it in a dumpster.
Is that the same? That's the same episode where Jerry dated the girl to just play with her toys, right?
Oh yeah. That episode has like the most ridiculous storylines all combined. That's
The close talker, and I only chew this kind of gum, but she has it. Oh god, that's just
When you're getting towards the last season of that show, it just gets so wacky, you know.
I found this set in the garbage.
He just like sets up his room. The guy he's like interviewing the guy. He's like, "Where are the cameras?"
And then they're sitting there. What was it? Him and Newman, and they're just like, "What are we doing? We need a new format."
Yeah, he's like, well. He's like, we've officially bottomed out because it's just them two talking, like basically what we're doing right now. But people might be watching, so
Yeah, actually, millions of people watch that show. Like, there's like 12 dudes in my chat right now. So, all right, guys, we are done for Buzz Thunder. This is Angry Larry, and what is it, Buzz? We'll see you next.
Yes, thank you for playing, and I will see you next. Actually, thanks for watching.
Yep, we'll be there. See you later, guys.